Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, another arrival from eBay. This is a Marx 400, I believe. Anyway, I stopped buying locomotives on eBay about the month before Christmas. The prices go up exponentially, which is really strange. $10 locomotive becomes a $30 locomotive, and people buy them at Christmas. Anyway, so the prices are just now starting to come back down. So back to buying again. Anyway, I picked this 400 up for $9 in fair condition. I think I bought it for the motor. So just want to do a quick video of the unboxing as usual, just to see what kind of condition this is actually in. And you never know on eBay, and there's only a couple of photos usually. So let's see what we have here. Alright, get this out of the way and see what kind of shape this is in. Now it had some rust on it. Like I said, I bought it just for the motor. $9, so it's hard to beat that. It's packed well. And there it is. So, get all this packing out of the way. Let's see what it looks like. Wow. It is in fair condition at best. Lots of rust on the push rods. And let me get a shot of this. All right, there we are. As you see, rust on the push rods, major rust on the crossbar. Overall condition is, there's actually no damage to it, it doesn't look like. It's filthy. It's been stored someplace for decades, as usual with the stuff that I buy. And it is really, really tight and dry. Thing has not been moved in probably 20 years, perhaps longer than that. So, it is intact, it is complete, there's no damage to it at all. It's filthy. But like I said, I buy these things just for the motors. So I've got some oil, as usual. Let's put a couple of drops of oil on the armature bearing. Give the wheels a turn. Big drop of oil on the output shaft bearing. Give the wheels a turn. It's amazing how quickly these things will loosen up with just a few drops of oil. This thing has been sitting for decades, as you can see. Really badly stored. Okay, that's much better already. All right, so the grand test, as usual. Let me get this tripod out of the way. Oil out of the way. And we'll put this on the outside rail and see what happens. Make sure that locomotive is in neutral. It is. All right. So Marx 400 on eBay, $9. No idea if it's going to run. It's in really, really terrible condition. Not terribly physically bad, but like I said, it's been sitting for decades. You can see the rust. But you can clean these up remarkably quickly. Let's see what happens. Put on the outside rail, give it some power. And nothing, as you see, nothing at all. Get the oxide off of those brushes. Nothing. It's trying to run. Just doing that. Usually you can get these things, once you get them running, they'll usually take off. It's just a matter of getting the oxide off of the bearing or off of the brushes. All right, first thing we're going to do is scrape that contactor. So, like I said, usually you can get these things running in just a matter of minutes. So just take this razor blade, scrape this contactor a bit, just to expose some good copper. Now this has been stored someplace wet or damp. And it really takes a toll on these things, simply because everything gets covered with oxide. The copper gets covered with oxide, the wheels. There's lots of rust on the push rods. And so that builds up oxide on virtually every piece of this locomotive. All right. Oops. All right. Like I said, usually if you get these things to move, once they start moving, you can get the oxide off the brushes and they'll take off. As you see. So, that by itself proves that it's going to run. As you see. All right. Now you can clean these up really, really quickly. But like I always stress, don't overlook the junk. As you see, in just a matter of a few minutes, you can get these things running. This thing's been sitting for decades. And once you get them to start turning, the oxide gets scraped off the armature and the brushes, and it will, in most cases, start running, as you see. So, all in all, it's definitely worth the $9. The parts in it alone are worth more than that. And you can hear how dry it is. So anyway, I just want to do a unboxing video. You know, as I always stress, don't overlook the junk. You can see how terrible this thing is. It's in just absolutely terrible condition. And yet in, what, 3 minutes, it's up and running. So all it's going to take now is a bit of cleanup, another few drops of oil, and this thing will be zooming around the track in literally a matter of minutes. So one more drop of oil. Needs a headlight, obviously. So it won't take much to get this running. You can see it's just absolutely filthy. It has been stored very likely in a damp basement for decades. Yeah, you can hear how dry it is. So let's put one more drop of oil on the gearing. There we go. Try this one more time. Usually if you can get it to run at a fairly good clip, you can actually put it on a consist and start running it. And that really breaks things loose. Wheel bearings are really dry, as you can hear. That's better. So it needs to be cleaned and it needs to be lubricated. So anyway, I just want to do a quick video of the unboxing. $9 on eBay. It's running, so it's already worth the $9. And I can have this cleaned up in just a matter of minutes. You can get this oxide off of here really, really quickly. And just saturate this with oil and let it set. Take a straight edge or single edge razor blade. Just scrape this oxide off. Lubricate it, clean it up, and this is going to be a great addition. So another running motor, and I can plunk the body down into some hot soapy water, and in about 20 minutes you would never know that this thing is in this terrible condition. You can have this cleaned up really, really quickly. Throw a no headlight in it, and this thing is going to run just absolutely perfectly. It has an E-unit that's working, no muss, no fuss. Plus you get the fun of bringing one of these old locomotives back to life. As you see, already running almost perfectly. You can hear how dry the bearings are. So now it's just a matter of cleaning it up, lubing it, tuning it. This is going to work just absolutely perfectly. Anyway, Marx 400, $9 on eBay. Now that the prices are coming back down, I'll be buying more of these. But over Christmas, I just stop. Like I said, over Christmas, a $10 locomotive turns into a $30 locomotive, and people buy them. You know, they're buying them for gifts for people. Anyway, a few minutes work, and this is going to be a great addition. A new motor. I'll get this cleaned up, and this is going to run guaranteed absolutely perfectly. So I got to say it, don't overlook the junk. A Marx 400, single reduction motor, $9. The motor itself is worth more than that. You see these motors by themselves on eBay selling for $20 and $25, which I always wondered about. I mean, why would you spend that much on a motor when you can buy the entire locomotive for $9? Spend a few minutes on it, you have a great addition and a new motor that's up and running and a full locomotive with no damage to it. When this is cleaned up, it's going to look almost new. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.